And another thing, how come rent is so damn high?
The holidays is fucking over. These bills is hitting and these gas prices is crazy.
Rent needs to go fucking down immediately. Nobody's getting paid enough to fucking make 3 times income for rent.
Garnishing your wages, garnishing your wages, garnishing your wages. Wow, that is low. That is low for student loan debt to the American people.
I think I'm finna become vegetarian and start frying me up some grass or something every morning. Fuck this, I'm tired.
How the fuck are people living out here? How y'all surviving out here? Like,
I cried in aisle 5 because the box of Cheerios was $9. 9. And at this point, I don't need a financial advisor. I need an exorcist because clearly the demons running this economy are thriving while the rest of us are out here bartering vibes and trauma for gas money.
Do you know every time I leave my house, my wallet files a missing person report? I ain't bullshitting. Rent is ridiculous. Groceries are acting brand new. And don't even get me started with these utility bills. High as fuck. Damn. If you've looked at your paycheck lately and wondered where it disappeared to, trust me, you are not alone. Check this out.
And another thing, how come rent is so damn high in Gainesville, Georgia? I remember when back then a 2-bedroom was $500. $500 deposit. That's $1,000. Simple. Now you have to have 15, 16, 1700 deposit, $3,500 for the first and last month rent, $2,000 for a pet fee, $3,000 for a kid fee, $10,000. You need 3, 4, 5 people to stay in an apartment, a 2-bedroom, so you can pay your rent. I mean, these folks want you to have like 3 jobs just to pay the rent. Like, why? Is it? I thought Gainesville, Georgia was supposed to be cheap. No, they expensive as hell. What are y'all, lavish? Is y'all Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Chanel? I mean, shit. Let me know something.
I'm cool with all my drivers that come to my house to deliver my packages. So I just got a phone for running them saying, Ciara, what's up? Mommy, I ain't here for you in a while. I ain't delivered to your house in a couple of weeks. You not ordering nothing? The holidays is fucking over. These bills is hitting and these gas prices is crazy. I'm not ordering nothing unless you're sending it to my house through your address and you're buying me a gift. No fucking way. I'm not ordering shit at the end of the day. The gig is up. It's a wrap.
If minimum wage is not fucking rising, why the fuck would rent be? You hungry money motherfuckers want $2,000 for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath for what? And then on top of, and then $2,000, utilities not even included. You're paying all the utilities, so you're really paying around maybe $2,200 to $2,400 a month, depending what the fuck those companies are feeling like. Rent needs to go fucking down immediately. Nobody's getting paid enough to fucking make 3 times income for rent. All for the rent just to include a bad property manager, maybe a train station nearby, and maybe a few schools. And y'all just seen that this is the lowest job rates have been. Nobody can fucking get a job.
Garnishing your wages, garnishing your wages, garnishing your wages. Wow, that is low. That is low for student loan debt to the American people. They don't even want to figure out healthcare. They don't want to figure out healthcare for the American people, but they are going to start garnishing people's wages for student loan debt. People who are going to college to educate themselves, then to go to work in this workforce that y'all are garnishing wages now. Oh, what are they really trying to do? The price of rent going up, grocery prices going up, gas is going up, everything, the price of everything is going up. Do you think that logically I would think that the next move in this economy that lost over a million jobs this year is to then go start garnishing people's wages, and people are worried about even being able to afford health care. People who are literally sitting here trying to figure out how to be able to afford everything because everything costs so much. The word is supposed to be affordability. Now they're garnishing wages. They are actively against us.
I'm sorry, but boomers ruined the economy for us. Boomers will say, just work hard and you'll be able to buy a house. When they bought a house, it was $40,000. College was cheap, rent was cheap, groceries were even cheaper. Now rent is like $1,800 for a studio apartment, but somehow we're just magically supposed to save money. Like, genuinely, how are we supposed to get ahead in this economy? Back then, you could support a family on one income. You could buy a house working at Sears full time, but now that just seems so unattainable. Budgeting in America in 2026 is basically survival at this point. You literally have to have a budget. You literally have to know where every single dollar of your money is going.
My gas tank used to take like $35 to $40 from bare empty to fill up. Never more than $40. I just put $35.01 in my car to fill up from over half tank. Over a half tank. I wasn't at 3/4 of a tank. I was in between 3/4 of a tank full and a half tank full. And I just filled up and it cost me $35.01.
Am I the only one who started seeing a lot of videos on my For You page of people like struggling with getting evicted, like with their bills, all type of stuff? Like, am I the only one who be seeing that? Because they be talking about how they just going broke paying rent and all this different stuff, but am I the only one who be like, I pay my rent half with one check and half with the other, because y'all not about to get my whole check for no rent. No. And my landlord, like the company I rent through, they don't have no problem with me doing that. And I do that with like a lot of my bills. Like my car payment, I pay it half and half for the month. Like a lot of the bills that I know are like a set amount each month, I pay them like in halves bi-weekly, like each check I get in the month. Am I the only person who do that? Because I'm not going broke paying my bills, like, but you still gotta be smart about it. Like, cause you know if you do your car payment like that, that saves on your interest. Like part of it goes actually towards your principal instead of all the interest. Did y'all know that? Y'all know your girl be doing all type of stuff. But let me know. Like, let me know what y'all be doing with y'all bills, because I really learned to be a lot more like conscious about my bills, especially when I decided to do my bankruptcy last year because I felt like I was drowning so much. So I've learned to budget, and like my money management has gotten so much better within like the last 2 years or so.
At this point, you got to be rich to buy groceries or eat out. It don't even fucking matter. Both of them are expensive. McDonald's don't even have a dollar menu anymore. It's a 3 and under. The last time they had a dollar menu on there that I seen, only shit that was on the menu was you get for $1 was a cup of ice, 10 napkins for $1, um, some salt packets, and some dipping sauces. And then the grocery store ain't no better. I went in that motherfucker and got a carton of eggs, a gallon of milk, and 2 TV dinners. That shit was $25.32. I think I'm finna become vegetarian and start frying me up some grass or something every morning. Fuck this, I'm tired.
Something happened recently. I went to buy groceries over the weekend and I took some time out to look at my grocery bill from this past weekend against the previous ones. So I have like a trend of how much I spend on groceries. And to be honest, things are getting a lot more expensive. And I'm trying to understand why, because food inflation should have been coming down, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So I went into research, and some of the things that might have affected grocery prices has to do with the war going on in the Middle East. And I'll use 3 channels to explain why that is the case. The first channel is fuel. Things do not just magically appear in the grocery stores. For things to get to your grocery stores, they have to be transported. That means to get from farm to stores, you need energy to move these things. So you need energy to harvest the crops, you need energy to process, you need energy to refrigerate, to transport it. Every single point in time, you need energy. And energy prices right now, crude oil prices are quite expensive. So the added cost of that get factored into the groceries that you buy at the stores. So that's the first channel. Now, the second channel is shipping. Now, the Strait of Hormuz, which is closed in the Middle East right now, 20% of the world's oil goes through that channel. However, it's not just oil that flows through that channel of water. Fresh produce and food from the Middle East, food from that part of the world, flows through that channel to this side of the world. So if those channels are closed, well, you can't get those things out through the Strait of Hormuz now, can you? So you have to find other channels, which might be more expensive to get those fresh produce to the grocery stores. And the third channel, this one even surprised me the most. This third channel is fertilizers. The Middle East is a huge source of fertilizer for India and Brazil, which are the major agricultural producers in the world. So when farmers find it difficult to buy and ship fertilizers from the Middle East to different parts of the world, they then have to look for other sources of fertilizers, which might be even more expensive. And so the higher costs that they get will get passed down to channels until it hits you at the grocery stores. And so the next time you get to the grocery stores and you're wondering why things are even more expensive, just know that it's not the grocery companies that are trying to get all the money out of your pocket. I mean, some of them do that, but in this case, there are other factors at play. And the war in the Middle East is really, really affecting everyone around the world, especially regular people like you and I.
I'm not one to like get on the internet and just complain, right? But how the fuck are people living out here? How y'all surviving out here? Like, how are single mothers living out here? Like, when I tell you, bro, I wake up every day and I show gratitude, right? I got my own apartment, right? I can pay my own bills. Like, I'm 21 years old. I'm an adult. A lot of 21 years old can't do the shit I could do. You feel me? So I'm always blessed, even though I don't got the car that I want, the motherfucking, I'm not living where, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, I show gratitude every day, right? But I be like, yo, like the gas price, I mean, the price of gas is high, rent is high, everything is fucking high. This fucking economy, like, how are y'all surviving? Well, like, how the fuck are y'all making this shit happen, bro?
I'm holding my phone up because, my phone holder just broke amongst everything else. In the wise words of the prophet George Carlin, it's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Meanwhile, I'm out here. I'm not asleep. I am wide awake. I am paying $6 for McCormick chicken dust today. Chicken dust. Chicken seasoning is $6 for a tiny little fucking jar. Eggs, $10 a dozen. Folgers coffee. Folgers coffee is now $20 for the lidded red jar, the tin that tastes like it was scraped out of a nursing home's drip pot in 1986. Like, and then Trump's over here like the economy's great. It's great. Really, bitch? That's why people are financing their groceries on Klarna like it's a Louis Vuitton bag. That's why we're out here after paying fucking bananas. By the way, I've lost my voice if you can't tell, just, from being sick and from crashing out this week over groceries. It's not the American dream. It is the American gaslight. And we're all just out here seasoning our fucking ramen with bad debt that we can't pay. You can't even treat yourself anymore. A Starbucks run feels like applying for a small business loan. A grocery store trip requires like a blood sacrifice in your firstborn and a cosigner with decent credit. Costco is absolutely terrifying. Like, I don't even want to go in. I mean, it used to be the land of abundance, and now I'm terrified. You walk in rather confident, and walk out broke and confused, holding a $40 jar of pickles and a kayak that you didn't know you fucking needed. Like, and let's be honest, bill due dates, those aren't real anymore. They're polite little suggestions, sometimes polite, sometimes not. Credit cards be calling me like, ma'am, you're 4 days past due. And I'm like, and? Get in line, man. You'll get your $35 minimum payment when I'm done paying $12 for these eggs. I just realized I wasn't breathing there. And utilities don't even pay the electric bill or buy milk for the kids' choices. But sure, tell me again about how wages are up. Yeah, cool. $3 more an hour so I can afford a half cart of groceries and a therapy session about why I cried in aisle 5 because the box of Cheerios was $9. $9. And at this point, I don't need a financial advisor. I need an exorcist because clearly the demons running this economy are thriving while the rest of us are out here bartending vibes and trauma for gas money. And when that doesn't cut it, guess who's going to be at the pawn shop with grandma's heirlooms? Not me. Yes, sir, it's a Victorian locket from 1892. No, I don't care what it's worth. Just tell me if it'll cover 2 gallons of milk and a tank of unleaded. For fuck's sake.
I have absolutely no idea why people say as long as my bills are paid and my kids are taken care of, if I have no more money left, I'm not broke. Yes, you are. Stop saying it. You are still broke. You need to have money taken. You need to have money left over, especially if you have kids, because things can come up at any point in time. Like you need to have money outside of just paying your bills. We do not live to just pay bills. Cut back on some expenses or make more money.
Can somebody please tell me why my usual $70 grocery haul just cost me $135? What the fuck did I even buy? Like, I don't even remember buying anything.
Me and my husband combined have never made as much money as we do at this very moment, but we have also never struggled as bad as we are currently. Okay, does that make sense? I know I'm not the only one out there that's struggling this way. My husband got paid this week. This paycheck was a few less hours than his normal paycheck usually is. So there's that to begin with, right? His paycheck, I think, was about $400 less this week than it usually is. So there's that right off the bat, right? And then we paid all of our bills, right? All of our bills are on auto pay. They just start coming out, right? Can I tell you how much money we had when we woke up this morning? Let me tell you, like, I'm laughing to stop myself from crying because this is so fucking ridiculous. We woke up with $5 in our checking account this morning. Hallelujah, right? Hallelujah, because we have $5. Some people don't have that, so I'm thankful. I'm gonna have a smile on my face. We have $100 available on our credit card. We have 7 days to get by with $5. No, I'm just out here Instacarting. I'm just gonna Instacart from the fucking time I wake up to the fucking time I go to bed. I'm not gonna have a life. I'm just gonna have to literally fucking bust my ass Instacarting all weekend long so that I can put food on the table, because that's the reality of life, and I think it's really sad. And I'm just keeping on, right? I'm just keeping on because God woke me up today. And honestly, if my biggest issue is my finances, I'm doing pretty damn good. You know what I mean? Some people woke up today with a lot worse news than $5 in their checking account. I have a beautiful, well-working car that my man bought me, and I have a loving man, and my kids are healthy. I can go use my car to go Instacart and make money so I can feed my beautiful, healthy children. And like, don't get it twisted. Like, my kids don't go without. You know what I mean? Like, we might be broke, but like, we're broke because everything is paid for, you know? So that's a blessing. Some people woke up this morning with nothing and have nothing to pay their bills, and their bills are racking up. At least my bills are paid. Were they late? Yeah, they were, but they're paid. They're paid. But here we are. We're smiling. We're smiling through it. Thank God, because he's good and he provides all the time. And honestly, I said this last week to my mother. It has to be God that's getting me through what I'm going through in life, because there's no other explanation. There's literally no other explanation. I don't know how I am still continuing to get up, put one foot in front of the other, put a smile on my fucking face, parent my children, go to the gym, go to work, cook, clean. Oh, I just know that it has to be God. God is literally putting the strength in my fucking legs to put one foot in front of the other. There's no other explanation. Anyways, I just got to Market Basket, so I'm going to go in here and do this little $30 Instacart order. $30 richer. Now I'm going to have $35. Woo! Amen.
Something has got to give, because people are working harder than ever before and getting less in return. That's not right. Let me know in the comments what's become outrageously expensive where you live. And if you're tired of the nonsense too, hit subscribe, because we're going to keep having these real conversations. And that's real as fuck. Happy every day.